Good morning, viewers. You're welcome to the program State of the Nation, brought to you by Makia News. I know you've been wondering this morning where we are, but right now we are at the NUJ chapter, Edo State, for our newspaper reviews this morning. My name is Melanie Jewel, and joining me on the newspaper review sessions today is Engineer Ken Esene. Good morning, sir. You're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to the newspaper review segment for today. We have the Vanguard newspaper before us today, and the lead story here says PDP, Atiku holds rally in Yola. Wike allies meet in Port Harcourt. It comes with the riders that says all the lead's birthday overshadows anticipated meeting. IU says I have not resigned and I have no plan to do so. Oyinlola tipped to be Atiku's campaign DG. Giving Wike's chairmanship slot will solve crisis, says Senator Okon. Wike won't leave PDP. He is a principled politician. That is coming from Daily Mamadu. And just below the picture is here on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper, we have stories about insecurity. Talking about the worsening insecurity in Nigeria. Afenifere says Nigerians living in fear, uncertainty. Just below this headline here, we have another headline that says blackout looms as electricity workers begin strike tomorrow. Picket TCN today. And Akeredolu is still insisting that it is time for Southern presidency. These are more stories we have on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper today. These are more stories we have on the Vanguard newspaper today. Mr. Ken.
Welcome.
Yeah, okay. What is your take on the strike? You know, the electricity workers, they are going on a strike. So what is your take on that issue?
But although I don't really have much to say on the electricity because this issue of electricity in Nigeria have really been a form of anarchy, whereby people are no longer receiving what they are really paying for. And the committee also call the bodies in the electricity sector, they have failed the country totally, and the country generally, we are not happy. And it is the time for the president or the federal government to really rise up and really talk about the electricity, so that and they are going on strike now. Is not really a concern of Nigeria, because when you look at the 50% of Nigeria, they have no electricity, but they are paying for it. Going on strike does not really be a form of threat to the Nigerians, because we are not happy for the power holding or whatsoever they call them. And today in Nigeria, I can tell you 50% of Nigeria are in darkness, whereby we don't even know whether if electricity is even working or whatsoever, because people are depending on their private generator or their plant, whereby the electricity are out there. Even we that are supplying electricity to different countries, those people are celebrating years, but Nigeria have never one day celebrate a half day for full electricity. But it's a kind of disappointed that we are hearing today that they said that they are going on strike and all that, because we are not really of concern of saying that going on. That is not a problem of Nigeria, and that is not the concern of Nigeria.
Okay, let's quickly talk about this story. Are you not willing to resign? Talking about the PDP chairman, he is not willing to resign. Now, the party is in crisis, and do you think this is a smart move by him not wanting to resign?
Yes, but it is to really balance the equation in the country, because the way things are going now, how can the two bodies, the two heads came from one senatorial district? It's unfair. Even the insecurity we are talking about, that is where the insecurity is even coming from. A presidential aspirant in a party coming from the one zone, the chairman of the party coming from the same zone, and the same body, even the caucus, they are all from the same zone. It's not fair. If they want to really balance the politics or the party, they should do it as before, at least the way we are seeing it before. Because whereby the IU is insisting that he will not resign, to me, things will make him to resign, to at least to be able to balance the equation.
So who do you think should merit the position?
But to compensate Wike would have been better to handle such position. if PDP is really willing to really take over the power 2023, because what they would have do, they would have even shift the national chairman to the southern, so that whereby as far they have zoned the northern the presidential aspirant to the north, the chairman should come to the south, so that the equation can be little bit balanced and Wike cannot just be left behind. This is the time at least they should try to make sure that they carry Wike along, because the way we are hearing that Wike is that the way they are doing it, we are not really happy, because Wike is one of the hero and one of the a sitting governor that really stand, could not really disappoint the party or disappoint the people. But now what we are hearing now, people that have been decamping from one party to another, they are the one now trying to be using as a mouthpiece to be say that they are now the owner of the party. It's not fair. Which is supposed to be carrying along. That's my.
So do you think if he leaves PDP, what was the fate of PDP when if he eventually leaves?
No, if Wike should leave the PDP, it will look like if that a building have collapsed. The way that you see that there is no concrete structure in a building, at the end of the day, a little breeze fell and the building collapsed. That is how PDP will be if Wike leave, because Wike fans is they can't do without Wike. No, they can't do without Wike.
Thank you so much for that analysis. We'll be moving on to the next newspaper review for today, talking about the Punch newspaper, and the headlines here say talking about inflation rate, 19.6% inflation rate. Federal government warned against acute hunger, Sierra Leone crisis. It comes to a rider that says inflation hits 17-year all-time high. Nigerians to pay for more consumables. That's so sad and very disturbing. Nigeria going Zimbabwean way and nobody is doing anything, says DGNACC. Politicians concerned about 2023 elections not dying economy, says experts, chief security officers. Okay. Just above the headlines here, it says, just above the list story, it says, federal government, ASU meets today, strike enters 183 days, power intervention fund jumps to 2.9 trillion naira. And then just below the front page of the Punch newspaper, we have some sad news. A man dies in motel after meeting online lover. Sad indeed. Police kill 5 kidnappers, abducted Redeemer student escapes. And killings of innocent Nigerians, Afenifere tells Buhari. Okay, these are the stories on the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning. And we were talking about the federal government and ASU meeting today. Do you think this meeting will yield a positive outcome like the others that have failed, or like the others that have failed? Do you think that this meeting today is going to yield a positive outcome? I mean, this is 6 months into the strike and still counting.
No, because the way the ASU strike is going on in Nigeria, not that it's not just starting today. I can recall even during when I was in the university, the strike have been on ground. That was in 2001. That the strike, even what they are even agitating on now, that they are still dragging like seem like a fisherman that is trying to drag a fish from the river, which he cannot. But it is the time for federal government to really sit down around the table and really sort out this out once and for all, because they cannot be trying to be dragging what other country can do just in seconds, because Nigeria has the money. Not that there is no money in the country, whereby there is money. Even I can tell you categorically, one person in Nigeria can fund this money which ASU is agitating on. It's just that they are just trying to put the students or the people in anarchy, whereby they will have chance to at least to bring their family in or whatsoever. Because you now look at the country now, how many private universities are we now having around now? That is where the federal government is really look at, whereby you now see that they are no longer concentrating on the government universities or schools. Because I can recall when I was in university, even the ASU now, they are even trying to even use a form of a plea for them, but because I recall that if it was really in a way that they would have even really do it, they would have even really shut down the economy of Nigeria, because this ASU strike, it cut across the board, because there is nobody that can say that ASU have not really passed through the ASU system. Because when you now look at the system today, the quacks have taken over the society. Even the leaders, the so-called our representatives, they are quacks. Because whereby you see somebody who have not even really undergoing in the high institution and trying to make a say in the country, it look like say that they are not taking as a full Nigeria as a banana republic. We are not happy, because to me, I'm not happy that tomorrow my children are coming and they will also trying to undergo what people are undergoing today, because we are happy that they should do it once and for all. This is the time for president to really sit and really make sure at least he really brush out this, and the governors, the president, and so-called our representative, the senator and the house of representatives, they should sit there in the round table and fish these things out, because whereby just the way I'm seeing everything, because their children, they are no longer in the system, their children, they are in overseas. At least they are not taking a form of concern that is not concerned them, even though they want to even put their children in Nigeria to school is private. Because when you see that the numbers of private university in the country today now is even more than the government university today, whereby you see an individual is now having private university like someone who is having a private primary school. That was why you see that today they are no longer really concentrating on to say they want to really put ASU on the negotiation table in a way that they can be able to sort it out the way it's supposed to be. That is my.
But in your own opinion, would this meeting yield good fruits?
For my own opinion, no. I see insist.
Talking about the PDP crisis, Makia has said you cannot decide for a presidential candidate. Talking about the crisis that are there, he is saying you can't. That means the party members cannot really decide for the presidential candidate. What are your thoughts on these statements?
They can decide, not that they cannot decide, because actually the way I look at this, this is just an inner house yet now, because the party, there are people who have been on ground on this party, which now whereby they are trying to come up to spring up now, so called the people that are always going from one party to another, they are the one trying to cause the anarchy now, that they are trying to do what they call defraud, whereby by the time they could not be able to attain where they want to attain on the party now, they will also go to another party. Those are that is the people that we are seeing they are trying to cause confusion in the party now. That was why I use the word Wike. Wike is a kind of, I can use the word, is a father, is a founder, and is a man that the country really know that he have really worked on the party. What Wike will be saying by now is what the party is supposed to even be, at least supposed to even be following, because Wike have really worked in PDP. Even when Wike was even having crisis with his friend Amechi, we know what happened, but at the end of the day, people feel that Wike will leave, but he still insists. Those as you see that they are coming now trying to be saying that this will not happen, the party, this will happen. No, I can use the word, they are the strangers in the party now, because they don't want the statement. It's a wrong statement. Yes, I can use the word. They cannot decide. They should allow the so-called the PDP to decide for their party. The people that are saying that they want to bring in some certain this thing, they want to decide now, I can use the word, they are the strangers. It's the strangers that are trying to say that they want to decide. At the end of the day, if they cannot attain what they want to attain, they will go back to where they are coming from. That's just it, man.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Ken, for that wonderful analysis. We have come to the end of the show for today. We thank you for joining us. We hope you were informed from our newspaper's reviews this morning. Do join us again, same time tomorrow. Goodbye for now.